Hi. So, as you guys may not know, I am a human person who wears clothes. And a lot of my clothes are worn to shreds. I wear a lot of the same clothes over and over again, and most of them have at least one hole. So today I'm gonna fix that. They're fallen, but they will not be for long. Gone. Let's go. So I'm gonna start with this guy, this Born to Be Wild shirt. I got it from my mom. She wore this in the 80s, so it is very old. So the first thing that you should do is thread the bobbin. So I attempted to do that. I failed at that attempt because I did it wrong. After that first failed attempt, I did what any smart person would do, and I looked it up on the internet. So I just had it wrong. So I corrected it and tried again. After that, I threaded the needle and got my Born to Be Wild sweatshirt. I turned it inside out with the wrong sides out, inside out, and I sewed along the line of the seam that had ripped apart. Then I moved on to the next garment. I have a pink pair of checkerboard shorts. I don't know if checkerboard's the right word, but I had cut them short from a pair of longer pajama pants because I was getting really warm because I was wearing long pajama pants to bed, and then they started to like rip apart at the seam that I had cut along, so I decided to change that. So I just sewed a seam all around the wide pant leg of the pants. That is what pants are called. So, as you may or may not know, I often bump into things, and something that I bumped into was a table that was right up against my shin, and I was wearing these pants while I did that, and it cut a hole right in the calf, which is very annoying. So I decided I should stitch that up. I also kept accidentally pulling the belt out, so I just put a little stitch in the back to keep the belt in the pants. It has these holes. Yes, like here. So I decided, in all of my geniusness, that it's best to have a shirt that doesn't have holes in it. So I just stitched those holes right on up, so I wouldn't get cold in the cold, cold Midwestern winters. Also, I'm gay, so I need a good flannel. Yeah. Our next piece of attire is this crop top I already edited. Make sure to draw all over your clothes with Sharpie before you sew. I find it really helps. So then I gathered up the fabric in the back of this thing I already had tried to turn into a crop top and decided, maybe I should instead make the tuck on the side that I didn't draw all over with Sharpie because I think it will look better. And it did, but I had Sharpie on the back of my shirt, so make sure to think about that next time you're tightening a crop top. I don't know if this is a situation that many people are in, but just in case. So then I gathered up the fabric that I wanted to turn into this tuck and just stuck a needle right through it with string attached to the needle. I feel like that's important to specify, to make like a little ripple effect thing, like a pleated skirt, but a shirt. Okay, so these next things are going to be a little different because I have to use the scissors. Yes, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one because it's probably going to be the easiest. I got this dress about 2 years ago, and I have never worn it outside of the house. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe. Okay, so after I put the dress on, I changed my mind I'm not gonna cut it. Wow, who's expecting that? I'm gonna, like, okay, I'm gonna, like, build it off. You'll see. So, I'm gonna give this dress a cut, which means I need fabric. So, I have this. So, I'm gonna cut belt loops out of this fabric. I'm gonna do, like, let's do, how many belt loops do my pants have? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I proceeded to cut belt loops about the size of my pinky finger, but no larger than my thumb, because my thumb is large and a huge finger compared to my pinky. So, yeah, use your pinky, not your thumb. Thumbs are bad. So, the really nice thing about button tops is that you can just spread it all out. So, I don't have to think about it when I'm adding spots to put belt loops in. So I drew, with a Sharpie of course, the spots that I wanted to put the belt loops on the dress, and then I stitched the belt loops very thoroughly onto the dress. A little too thoroughly. You'll see what I mean by that later. Yep, so that's that part. Now I'm just gonna snip off the extra string. And that I did without use of my teeth at all. Aren't you proud of me, Elliot? I'm looking at you. Okay, so now we really get into Le Snip Snip. I have this beautiful You Have Died of Dysentery shirt from the game The Oregon Trail, and I love it, but it is way too big for me. So I was thinking I would cut flaps and then do like I could tie it off, you know? You'll see. Then I, of course, used a Sharpie to mark exactly where my belly button was, and used that to cut 2 strips of fabric that I would later tie and then tie to the back. So I did that. I cut the 2 strips directly on either side of the dot I had made at my belly button, and then cut the rest of the shirt off at that point. Like that line, I just snipped it away. Because I am lazy and wanted to do a minimal amount of actual sewing on this crop top, I decided I would tie it in the front, then hook it around in the back and only sew the little panel of the 2 flaps together. Next, I have these giant ass jeans, as in jeans that are as big as an ass, and not jeans that are specifically for an ass. They are way too big for me, and I wanted to cut the legs off, so I did. So these are my favorite jeans that I own. They have kind of that, like, high-waisted, like, mom jean look that I can cuff and be gay. So these pants, they have this big cuff at the end, so I'm hoping I can just kind of, like, cut off some and make it just, like, cropped pants. So I then lined up my beautiful cropped mom jean pants against the terrible wide bootleg jeans that I owned, and cut directly on the line of the jeans, the first pair, the mom jeans, which I didn't realize then, but I had already cuffed. So the bootleg jeans that I had underneath were getting cut along the line of the cuff, which meant they were going to be cuffed higher when I actually cuffed them later. So that's a problem. So I then ended up hemming the jeans at this weird, like, already cuffed point. They hadn't been cuffed yet, but, like, the jeans that I had taken the imprint from had been cuffed. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm showing you this, because later I just cut them shorter. So there's really no point in me showing you me making this hem. So here are all of the things that I did. Yes, I will put them on and show you guys, I guess. So I realize now that I cut the pants too short. So I think I'm gonna turn them into shorts.
just to make it look like I did that on purpose.
So I went back to the snippy step and found my favorite pair of shorts that I own and cut a little bit shorter, but still along that line because I knew this time. I knew that it was going to be cuffed, and so it would be shorter than I originally intended it to be. So it all ended up fine. Here are the finished shorts, which are now shorts and not pants. Here's the finished You Have Died of Dysentery crop top. Here is the almost finished belt loop, except I realized I sewed one of the belt loops too high. So I just cut that dude right off my shirt. I cut a new belt loop. I sewed that new belt loop directly onto my body. I almost hit skin. I didn't, though. I made sure. And then it was done. It was a normal dress. Belt loops at the same level and all. Here is the finished other crop top, flannel, and sweatpants. Here is the finished sweatshirt and pajama shorts, and there you go. There you have it.
Yes. So that was me fixing and editing all of the clothes in my closet that I wear like every day, so are torn apart. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love it if you would follow me on Instagram.
Kira's _A_thespian, as in THESPIAN.
I am gonna try to post every Monday, so I will see you guys next time. The only thing I have to do is clean my room. These videos always tear my room apart, but it will be clean, I promise.